Good evening, Council, members of the public, friends of the media, and delegations. I'd like to call the Tuesday, February 25th, 2025 regular meeting of Council to order. First up, adoption of this evening's agenda, moved by Councillor Mullock, seconded by Councillor Blanchette. Are there any additions or deletions? All in favor? Carried. Few minutes to adopt under 3.1, special meeting of February the 10th, 2025. Moved by Councillor Pearson, second by Councillor Mullock. Are there any errors or omissions arising? All in favor? Carried. And the minutes of the regular meeting being February 11th, 2025. Moved by Councillor Blanchette, second by Councillor Pearson. Any errors or omissions arising? All in favor? Carried. Under 4.1, we do have a delegation this evening from the Valemount Community Forest here to present the 2024 financial report and the 2025 financial forecast is Ms. Kalina Velez and Ainsley Jackman. Madam President, please come up to the podium.
So I'd just like to introduce Kalina to you. Holly and Hugo, I don't think you've met, but I think she's met, and Carlina as well. And it's my pleasure to introduce Kalina, and we've been so impressed with her. She's so qualified and competent, and she's been helping us sort through a lot of very thorny issues and really making headway for us. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate her help, and you'll see for yourself how brilliant she is.
Wow. Not true, but okay, thank you, I'll take it.
It's quite the introduction.
It is, yeah, now I'm stressed. So that's not going to be too long. We'll just quickly do an overview of the 2024 financials. Figure this out. So I have a few slides. First, we'll cover just the total revenue, how much money we've generated in 2024. Then we'll kind of break it down into operational costs, other costs, total income, and then quick, just the financial forecast for next year. Although, warning, it's going to be quite difficult to predict. We don't know what's going to happen in 2025 with the tariffs and where we're going to land. But if we keep going the way we were going in the past, then we should be pretty much in the same situation as in 2024. So last year we've generated just over $9 million. Obviously, mostly was from our log sales to the mills, and then there was a little bit from, I believe this was just some money returned to us from overpayments or something like that, but it does count towards our income. Wow, this is really hard to see. So the operational costs, we have forest license, which is about $36,000. Sorry, you guys, this is actually really brutal. I kind of figured it's going to be hard to see on that slide. Log purchases, about $76,000. Post-harvest obligations, which include pile burning and waste and residue. Last year, that was $117,000. We also shipped wood just during the breakup to the mill, to our yard. So just paying for the log yard, it cost us about $162,000. We paid $215,000 in stumpage. Planning, which includes layout, ribbon refresh, and mapping, that was at $217,000. Trucking and hauling, that's additional to, usually we pay our loggers for trucking and hauling. This was separate. This was basically us paying the truckers for reloading the wood. So once it came to the yard, it had to go back out to the mills, to our clients, and that cost us about $300,000, just over $300,000. Our silviculture cost was just over $500,000. Road costs expenses, this includes road rehabilitation, deactivation, road maintenance, which is grading, and also road construction. It's quite a bit of money. And just to point out, that's going to get harder as we go higher up into the mountains, into steeper terrain, more challenging ground. And then our logging contractors, just over $5 million. So the total operational costs were almost $8 million. Other costs included the payroll of just over $300,000. General administration was $247,000. Grants, about $11,000. We paid just over $5,000 in donations, $4,000 for the board discretionary fund. And then scale expenses were at $27,000. So our other expenses were just over $600,000, so just over $1 million. And so the financial forecast for next year, it's pretty much the same. We're hoping to make about $9 million in revenues, log sales. Our costs are going to increase this year, again, due to more challenging terrain. So we will be looking at more cable ground. With that, logging costs are significantly higher because, you're using different machines, yarding. Also, the productions are usually slower in those areas, so we're probably looking at, just over $7,000. Our other expenses would include, our salaries, administrative staff. So we're probably looking at about $600,000. We're hoping to make about $600,000. Now, that being said, it is quite. What's going to change this? This number actually may be a little bit higher because what we're doing right now is actually we are pre-developing a lot more road. So we might be, I don't want to make promises, but we might be looking at maybe closer to like $800,000 in generating in total net income. But that may change. It will depend on, First Nations, if the referrals are back and given to us, and the weather. Of course, it's the weather because, our challenges right now is that we don't actually have a lot of summer ground. So a lot of our logging happens through the winter. If we have, a bad fire season that, all those areas that are available for the summer, you can't log them because of fire danger. So that's always challenging. But winter is looking pretty good on our planning this year. So this is the hope. It might happen that we don't sell as many logs, due to what's available on the land base based on the weather. But we won't be spending as much money in road building and road maintenance and what have you. So that bottom number should be around. We should be generating anywhere between $600,000 to $800,000. But it is hard to predict because of a lot of other unknowns. But that's kind of the hope. So thank you so much. That's all I have. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you. Motion to receive. Moved by Councillor Blanchette, seconded by Councillor Mullock. Questions for the delegation? Councillor Pearson?
Quick question. Can you back up one slide? You went by the net
Sure.
revenue pretty quick.
Yeah, that's kind of repetitive. It's just like total revenue. So it shows that's 2024.
Yeah.
And I kind of covered that in the first slide, but it's just a breakdown, like what was our net income, and then you can see net income was just over $600,000, and that's based on the $9 million that we've generated in log sales, and then our expenses were pretty much like around $7-8 million. So, sorry, that's why I skipped. Like, wait a minute,
Yeah,
that's
that
kind
one
of
went by real quick.
repetitive.
So, No, that's all for me,
Follow
thanks.
up? No? Okay. Anybody? Well, thank you very much, Kalina. Looking forward to attending your board meeting tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks very much. And thank you, Madam President. On the motion, any discussion? All in favor of receipt? It's carried. 5.1, the Trans Mountain Community Benefits Agreement Benefit Agreement Report is there for your information. Is there any discussion? Then moving on to bylaws and policies, 6.1, looking for first and second reading of the Village of Valemount Traffic Regulation Bylaw number 896/2025. Moved by Councillor Pearson, second by Councillor Mullock. Discussion on traffic bylaw, first and second. All in favor? It's carried. Don't recognize any new business today. Is there anything in the reading file folks would like to bring to service? Councillor Blanchette?
The Northern Development Initiative Trust internship program. So that's congratulations to everyone for that. That's a really, really beneficial
Yeah,
program. We've
absolutely.
benefited from it before.
Yeah, we've got some really keen superstars. Other things, folks? I can just raise number 3. The Valemount Elementary School Science Fair is upon us on Thursday. If you can make it, there was an email circulating around with scoring and general science fair rules and regulations, so I can't. So if you folks are interested, please speak or write to Dr. Giroux. Councillor Pearson.
Just comment, I mean, I did it last year. I mean, it's a great day. I mean, it's so fun to watch. I'm unable to do it this year, but I recommend anybody to go and spend a day with the kids. See the
It is a lot of
projects.
fun, yeah. Okay, correspondence for action, 9.1, the BC Association of Farmers Markets, looking for a letter of support to be sent to the Honorable Josie Osborne, Minister of Health, regarding the nutrition coupon program. Councillor Pearson, Councillor Blanchette, discussion. Been a really good program the last couple of years.
Very impressive.
All in favor? It's carried. Council reports under 12.1. Councillor Mullock, I noticed you had a very short one.
I do. February 20th, I attended a Ready Grant Committee meeting, and just a shout out for come Sunday at the high school, 1 to 4, be there or be square. Be interesting. Some good candidates. So yeah, hopefully we'll see lots of folks there. Lots of interest.
Great. 1 to 4 on the 2nd. Yep, Sunday. Public input program. Councillor Blanchette?
I have nothing to.
That's all right. Councillor Pearson?
Well, I got you both beat. I've got 2 items. February 19th, Trans-Canada Yellowhead Highway Association meeting. Met with 3 representatives from provincial transportation ministries discussing Indigenous highway signage and how we can promote a unified theme across multiple provinces with different rules. It may be a bit of a challenge. It was a good discussion. And then at noon today, I sat in on the NCLGA webinar on economic impacts of port activities in Prince Rupert.
Yeah.
Very interesting discussion. A lot changed up there since the last time I was in Prince Rupert. Holy cow, they showed the layout of the expansion. It's pretty impressive. So, yeah. So,
Hopefully we'll get a tour during NCLGA. Maybe.
hopefully.
You've concluded?
I have.
The 11th through the 13th, I attended the Fraser Basin Council on behalf of the RD. The 14th to the 16th, partied with the community during Winterfest. The 19th was Committee of the Whole at the Regional District for sub-regional budgets. You missed a good one. As well as Environment and Parks Committee. And then on the 20th, we had the Fraser Fort George Regional Hospital Board. We had a closed session and reconvened in the afternoon with the open board with the RDFFG. And that's me. Any questions, comments? 13.1, there's a calendar of events for February, March for information. And then now we have time for public comment under 14.1 on items considered by council as part of the approved agenda. Are there any public comments this evening? Not all at once. We are not moving in camera this evening, so I'll ask for adjournment. Thank you, Councillor Pearson.